Hello, my name is Ali, and welcome to my channel. We are back with Hakuoki Kyoto wins Saito's route. Let's go. Sanan?
So, what do you think? About the serum? The water of life, that is.
What do you mean?
Wouldn't you agree that this serum has had results beyond comprehension? After all, when my left arm rendered me useless, I looked to its properties for aid. And it seems all too clear to me now that it was fated for me to improve and perfect the serum. It's an unshakable truth.
Sanan's words slithered creepily, and I couldn't bring myself to stop staring at the floor, to hide from his line of sight. His expression was so unfamiliar and nefarious, almost as if he was being possessed by something.
What is the matter? Why aren't you meeting me eye to eye? I'd expect you, of all people, to agree. You being the daughter of Kyoto, who brought this divine creation unto us.
It was obvious that Sanan was not acting as his usual self.
Why aren't you saying anything? It would be very regrettable if you were one to share the opinion of Dr. Matsumoto, who wants to bring the experiments to a halt. I had to swallow, and that felt really weird.
I just remembered I have some chores that need to be doing, so I'll be... Just as I was on my way out...
Hold on a minute.
Oh, shit. He roughly grabbed onto my wrists and yanked me. Ah! Oh god, that noise. Ooh, brings chills up my spine. I don't like that noise. I hate it when my husband pops his neck or knuckles or whatever. I hate the sound. It's like, yeah, I pop my knuckles every once in a while, but I don't like... He does it constantly, so it just drives me nuts. I pulled against his grip, but he was far too strong for me to overcome. Please, stop! The horrible twitching madness in his eyes was too much for me, and I screamed. What are you grabbing her for, Sanan? That's not how you impress a lady. See, she's terrified.
Oh, I got caught up in the moment. I lost control. I apologize.
On the other side of his glasses, Sanan's eyes returned to normal. The glint of madness was gone. While I felt relieved, Sanan had walked off as the others were walking in. As I watched him walk off, I looked back at Okita and the men. It's good to see you back. You're a little earlier than I expected, though. I was expecting you guys to come way later.
Sano's going to be drinking till morning, if Shin has anything to say about it. I didn't think I could handle that much, so I left with this pair of stick-in-the-muds.
Sticks in the mud, whatever. It's only the three of you, then? What's the matter?
Hijikata caught the eye of Lady Sumi of a lady at Sumi called Kimigiku. She sat next to him the whole night.
Kimigiku?
Oh yeah, she was a beauty.
Come on, was she that pretty?
She totally was. Actually, I'm a little worried Sanan might not have enough to pay for her.
That's so? Meh. I'm not one to say if a broad is hot or not. One of Kyoto's Geiji, huh? She was probably just as beautiful as Heisuke said. They must have been a beautiful couple. I gazed down at myself, small, plain, and dressed like a boy. Suddenly, I felt very sad. Is something wrong? You look unhappy. Oh, no, it's nothing. I imagine you're tired. Perhaps we should leave. You rest well, Yukimura. I will. Thank you. Saito must have been looking out for me. As Heisuke began to leave my room, something brought him to an abrupt halt, and he turned to me.
Hey, do you get the feeling that Sanan has been acting a little more strange lately?
The two were silent, restrained by mixed emotions. Eventually, They both left the room. Even the captains who were with the Shinsengumi since Edo were beginning to grow suspicious of Sanan. I wonder what's going to happen from now on. Yeah, I guess due to the fact that we were in Saito's route, I've never seen that part with Sanan before. After that, the rest of the warriors who'd gone to Shimabara returned, and they told me in great detail about the Sanjo notice board incident, but out of everything I'd heard, there was one thing in particular that caught my attention. They told me that when Harada and his men had been attacked at Sanjo Ohashi, one of them had seen someone who looked a lot like me. This strange person had tried to impede the Shinsengumi and sided with the vandals from the Tosa domain. I haven't left the temple, of course, and even if I had been at Sanjo Ohashi, what was it? Even if I had been at Sanjo Ohashi, I would never have tried to get in the Shinsengumi's way. But if it wasn't me, then who? What could it mean? This news only fed the anxiety that had been slowly building within me. January 1867. December 1866. I was sweeping a section of the compounds despite being nearly frozen to the bone. Well, that should do it. I wanted to help out as much as I could, but since they still refused to let me out without an escort, there wasn't a great deal I could do. Still, I helped clean her home, and that felt good. Hopefully they'd like it too.
Cleaning, I see. You're certainly hard at work.
Oh, hello, Kondo. It's really gotten cold lately, hasn't it?
Yes, it has indeed. I've been in Kyoto for a while now, but I still can't get used to the weather.
He rubbed his hands together and blew on them, in a mostly vain attempt to warm them up. I've picked up a bunch of dead leaves, so I was thinking about roasting potatoes later. Would you like some? They'll warm you up. Kondo gave me a little wry smile.
Roasted potatoes, huh? I used to enjoy that a long time ago.
Oh. I was flushed with embarrassment. Kondo was a busy man, as management of the Shinsengumi was not easy. A man like that didn't have time for roasting potatoes. You've been really busy lately. I hope you're taking care of yourself.
Oh, right. Well, if I'm busy, then that means that the Shinsengumi is needed. It's an honor.
True. In the last several weeks, Kondo and Hijikata had left the temple often to meet with important shogunate officials. They secretly had time to breathe, scarcely. They scarcely had time to breathe, let alone relax at that moment. Almost as if my thoughts were summoned, Hijikata appeared. Oh, I messed up. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention 100% because I was keeping an eye on the monitor, the baby monitor.
There you are, Kondo. Oh, Toshi, where were you? I was looking for you. They've chosen the next shogun. It's going to be Lord Yoshinobu Hitsutsubashi.
Him, huh? Well, no one else would probably do it, so he should just buckle down and accept the position instead of making a fuss about it.
Toshi, that is not the way to look. You should look at that's not the way you should look at and speak of someone who's becoming the new shogun. They say the man is so wise that he is said to be an incarnate of Lord Ieyasu. I guess that's how you say it.
Forget it. Doesn't really matter who the shogun is to us anyway. We're just here to fight for them.
That's right. If we do our best, that means the shogun and the shogunate are safe and secure.
Only 20 days after Lord Yoshinobu had been officially inaugurated as the shogun, the emperor suddenly passed away. It was especially hard on the emperor's younger sister, Kazunomiya, whatever, who had been married to Lord Emochi and was intended to be a symbol of imperial unification. But everyone, on both sides, was shocked by his death. He was succeeded by the imperial prince, a young boy of only 15 years. In the turmoil, the activities of the Choshu domain were uninvestigated. The entire country of Japan found itself thrust into rapid motion.
Oh my goodness. I swear the time frame in this game, it's like so short in between. Look, another January 1867. So weird. It's like time goes by so quickly. It almost seems like, even though it's supposed to be like 4-year time frame, I think. Maybe even longer than that. End of December 1867. The year had flashed before our eyes, and before we knew it, it drew to a close. It put us in high spirits, having experienced a year without any major battles or incidents. As everyone began gathering to celebrate the new year, we discussed our hopes for what was to come, and looked to welcome the season with open arms. Then, one snowy day in the middle of winter. It's cold. I swear, I don't remember this part at all. Is this new stuff added because we're on someone else's route? Oh. I felt its icy fingers. Okay, I thought it sounded really weird. I felt its icy fingers trying to work their way under my blanket the moment I woke up. My breath puffed out in white clouds, and the light streaming in my window had an odd, bright quality. Jeez. Was it possible? Snowing. Yeah, this was not in the other two routes. Oh, wow. I looked outside and gasped. A few flakes were still drifting down, but it clearly snowed much harder overnight. The entire compound was white. I had thought it seemed colder than usual, and now I knew why. I remember when my son was 4 months old. He's now 21 months. When he was 4 months old, Texas, where we live in Texas, it rarely snows. It doesn't snow much. But we ended up having a major freeze to the point where so many people had their pipes burst because it was too cold. We live in an apartment. We were lucky. Our apartment was the only one in our building that did not get flooded because pipes bursting. That was just crazy. And it was so hard because everybody's power was out. It was, it's like our first time seeing snow in a long time, and it was hell. But anyway, I had thought it seemed colder than usual, and now I knew why. Huh? Amidst all the white, there was a column of black. A person. Was it? Saito! I hurried down the steps. He turned slowly and looked at me. Yeah, this is totally new. Oh, good morning. You've awoken early. So have you. What are you doing out here by yourself? I was at the dojo for my morning workout. On my way back, I noticed the snow and stopped. He fell silent again and looked up at the sky, his face full of muted emotions I couldn't decipher. If you just finished training, aren't you, sweaty? I feel like you should dry off if you're going to get sick, or you're going to get sick. Shouldn't you be inside near the fire? They say that cold is the source of many illnesses. He continued to stare at the falling snow and gave no indication that he meant to move. I glanced down at his hands. The cold had already turned his fingertips red, but he either hadn't noticed or didn't care. Do you like the snow? He didn't speak, but from the look on his face, I could tell what his answers would be. He's like a child. It's like he tries to be strong on the outside, but on the inside he's like a child. I think it's cute. Snow is very powerful. He looked up at the sky again, a faint smile pulling in at his eyes. Powerful? It covers everything, beautiful or ugly, and makes it the same. I almost feel as though I could let it cover me and become more pure. He looked and sounded as somber and serious as he always did, but
There was a small, satisfied smile on his face that I had never seen before. Eventually, he turned to look at me. I'm going to let you guys go here. I hope you are enjoying, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!